Football has always had a little war going on. One side, you've got the dreamers, guys who want to play champagne football, all about the passing triangles, pretty patterns, and goals that belong in highlight reels. On the other side, we got villains, we got terrorists, managers who don't care about aesthetics, who don't mind the ugliest, dirtiest game possible if it means walking away with 3 points. The second side is what we call Haram football. Football that feels so shameless, so anti-football that you would think that it should be banned. But the truth is, it works, and that's why we love football. So let's look at the 7 stages of football terrorism, because level 1 and level 7 is different. Level 1, Thomas Tuchel. Now Thomas Tuchel is a bit of a switch up. He went from the light side to the dark side. At Dortmund and PSG, his team were playing beautiful football, but now it's the complete opposite, especially when it comes to knockout matches. He doesn't care if his football looks like medieval torture. He will go full haram. That Champions League with Chelsea, that is prime to Caliban. That is prime example on how haram football can scam you a trophy. In that UCL, I remember Pep Guardiola tried to galaxy brain his way to glory by not playing a DM. But Tuchel, he did the opposite. 3 center backs and 2 DMs with Jorginho and Conte. And he said, boys, we're gonna suffer. We're gonna hit them on the counter attack. And guess what happened? They won the game by hitting them on the counter attack, and they won the UCL. Tuchel ball at this level is not about the ugliness for the sake of it. It's calculated genius. He is the type of guy who will happily kill the game if it guarantees a trophy. It's cold, it's efficient, and it's very, very haram. Now let's move on to level 2. Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte's style of haram football is different. It's Italian, it's structured, and it's ruthless. It ain't flashy, but it's organized to perfection. Every player knows their job. Defend like a wall, counter attack like lightning. Get ready for him to rage at you for the slightest mispass and run your heart out till you can't run no more. That's Antonio Conte's football. Chelsea fans remember it well. Inter Milan fans loved it. Juve built a dynasty, and Napoli just won the league with it. Antonio Conte's team don't mess around. They grind you down and crush you when they have the chance. It ain't chaotic as Tuchel's, but it's efficient. Conte ball is haram ball, but with a tactical ounce. Don't get me wrong, it's still ugly, it's still painful, but it's very, very tactical and deliberate. Level 3, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche, the face of English haram football. Sean Dyche doesn't just play it, he lived it. Burnley under Sean Dyche was basically kick it long and fight for the second ball and pray for a set piece. No build-up play, no creativity, just pure blood and thunder survival football. People laughed at Sean Dyche. Everyone said that Sean Dyche's football was disgusting. Well, you know what? He kept Burnley in the Premier League for years. Not only that, it was the most feared away ground of all time. You go to Burnley, you know what you're gonna get. Your players are gonna come out bruised and bloody as hell. Also, he made Burnley go to the Europa League. The Europa League. Sean Dyche is the manager who doesn't care about the woke nonsense of modern football. He doesn't care about possession stats. He doesn't care about XG, XGA, or whatever all the XGs are. He doesn't care. All he cares about is old school, unapologetic warriors on his pitch destroying other teams. I guarantee you, you give Sean Dyche 11 men that are 6'6" plus, he gonna win you the league. He gonna win you the league. I'm sorry I got so passionate there, but there's something about Sean Dyche I don't know what it is. My passion just goes up a whole different level when I look at this man. There's something about this full English man with this gritty ass voice. Something about him just takes my passion to a whole different level. Let's move on to the next level. Level 4, Mikel Arteta. Now, I know I put Mikel Arteta level 7 in the thumbnail, but welcome to YouTube 101. A little bit of clickbait. I'm sorry, y'all. But Mikel Arteta is level 4 terrorism. Now, Arteta is a funny one because he's supposed to be Pep's student, Pep's disciple, Wenger's disciple, right? All about positional play, attacking football, the modern game. But if you watch Arsenal closely, you'll see the truth. Arteta has haram football in his veins, tactical fouls, slowing down the game, grinding out 1-0, embracing the dark arts, and especially set pieces. I mean, just look at our recent lineup against Liverpool. A midfield of Moreno, Rice, and Zubamendi is disgusting. Arteta is funny because all his teachers were left-leaning. If football was right-leaning and left-leaning, Arteta should have been on the left-leaning side, but instead, he's on the right with Donald Trump. This man is right-sided. And the reality is Arteta has taken bits from Guardiola, Mourinho, and Simeone and created a hybrid style that looks shiny, but deep down is very haram. That's why he sits level 4. The reason why I don't put him on level 5 or higher is because, let's be honest, there are more terrorist managers than Arteta. Let's move on to level 5. Diego Simeone. If we're making a Haram Ball Hall of Fame, Diego Simeone is getting a statue at the front. He turned Atletico Madrid into the ultimate suffering machine. 2 banks of 4, bodies flying everywhere, strikers defending like center backs. Simeone ball is basically one long defensive draw, and here's the worst part for the opponents. It works. God did not punish his abusive football, but he rewarded it. He made Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona and Real Madrid to league titles. Then it dragged him to Champions League finals, and he did that with pure grit and endless dark arts, meaning endless red cards. Simeone's football isn't just defensive, it's psychological warfare. He makes teams feel like they're drowning in mud and nobody enjoys it. Fans don't enjoy it, his own fan base don't enjoy it, even his players do not enjoy that type of football. But nobody can deny the greatness of Diego Simeone. Just look at the City game from a few years ago in the UCL. If there is any UN representative watching this video, please, we're begging you from the bottom of my heart, we are begging you, yes, we cancel the game on October 21st, because on October 21st we will see a major attack on our eyeballs, we will see a major attack on our hearts, we will see a major attack in a beautiful game we love. Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, or shall I say Mikel Arteta versus Diego Simeone, will ruin lives. Please stop that game for humanity's sake, please. Maximiliano Allegri, that name alone should put fear into your heart. This is a man who turned 1-0 into a lifestyle. Allegri football is so minimalist and painful. Score once, defend forever, shake hands at full time. Juventus under him weren't about flair. They were about squeezing the joy out of the match until you stopped watching. Allegri didn't overcomplicate things. To him, football isn't an art, it's a business. Matter of fact, it's not a business. At least your business, you care about your business. No, for him, football was just a slave. His football was get the points, go home, and that's it. He made Champions League finals, dominated Serie A with this approach. You see, Allegri ball is a form of torture. You want someone to spill the beans? Well, you put on Allegri ball, they'll spill the beans in 3 seconds. It's peak Haram. It's success without giving the audience anything nice to watch. Now let's move on to the last level, level 7. Peak Haram football. The highest level of Haram football you will ever receive. The highest level of Haram football your eyes will ever watch. Ladies and gentlemen, this person is a trendsetter. Ladies and gentlemen, this person is everyone's professor. Ladies and gentlemen, this person is the reason why Allegri exists, the reason why Simeone exists, the reason why Conte exists. Ladies and gentlemen, the king, the one and only Jose Mourinho. When you talk about Jose Mourinho, you can't avoid the term Osama Bin Laden football. It's not just football. It's basically Mourinho's philosophy of survival and victory. Forget about the nice triangles. Forget about 70% possession. Forget about the pretty football people crave about. Jose doesn't care if the game looks dead. He only cares about the scoreboard at the end of the day. That's the essence of Jose football. What makes Jose football haram is the way it strips football down to its ugliest core. 10 men behind the ball, no space, every player fighting like their life depends on it, tactical fouls here and there, wasting time, turning every match into a grind. Then when the other team's players are tired and bruised after 70 minutes of Jose football, Jose Mourinho's team counter-attacks. They get energy out of nowhere, set piece goal, counter-attack goal. Somehow, someway, Jose Mourinho's team always finds a way to win after being dominated the whole match. Just look at his career and you will see why this approach is respected. He took Porto to the Champions League, bullied his way through England with Chelsea. In his first season with Chelsea, he only conceded 15 goals in the league. 15 goals in the league. Do you know how crazy that is? Then shocked the world with Inter by shutting down peak Barcelona and playing one of the greatest attackers of all time as a right back in Samuel Eto'o. That's not luck. That's the devil siding with you. You can count on Jose Mourinho. You can say his football is boring, but history shows you don't bet against Jose Mourinho when it's time for war. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you got to this point, you've unlocked a secret level, an upcoming level. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have an upcoming terrorist, and that person is the Getafe manager, Jose Bordalas, the Yamal of Haram football. He is the future of Haram football. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watch Getafe, you know exactly why he's on this list. His football isn't football. Forget about football. His football is UFC with the ball rolling around. Fouls every 30 seconds. Players diving like their careers depend on it. Goalkeepers wasting time in the 35th minute. His football isn't about tactics. It isn't about style. It's about pure chaos, making the game so unwatchable that the other team can't even play no more. To show you how bad this guy is, look what he did against a 3rd division team. If there's any Getafe fans watching this video, which I seriously doubt because I don't know how this team has a fan base outside of Spain, please, it's not worth it. It's not really worth it. Anyways, that's all I got. Please like, subscribe, and tell me if you guys agree with this list. Goodbye.